किस्म की कोई बात मेरे साथ नहीं
सर नहीं, इसमें तो क्योंकि खान साहब ने बिल्कुल बल्कि हमें बुलाकर ये बात कहेगी कि आप लोगों का इलाज जो है ना वो मैं इसी सूरत में कर
फाइन।
This is, Your Excellency, a good beginning for me to do a deeper study and wider study of Ramadan sources from the previous saints and poets. He has been inspired mostly, I think, by Attar. And when I made the comparison between his ghazals and Rumi's, I found out that out of 41 ghazals, 21 of them were sort of identical in prosodic structure with Rumi's, and there were also similarities in the content. I hope that I finished it.
Doctor, I'm a very ardent believer in mystic science. And I feel that none of these people are inspired by one another. On the contrary, they are inspired by an independent source. The source is the same, but they're inspired independently by that source. Not that one mystic is inspired by the other. Because many of them, not Attar and Rumi and Sheikh Ali Hamadani, have talked about certain similarities. But there are many mystics, mystic poets, who at a particular stage have, in their own languages and in their own way, for example, they have said the same thing, exactly identical thing, which makes one think that not that they're inspired by any interaction, but perhaps they drew that strength from the same source, from one fountain, the same fountain. Yes, you see, there are different languages, the Persian, the Urdu, the Hindi, and many other languages, and they have said exactly the same thing, identity. Different people, not knowing each other, with no communication, and no writings, this side, that side, and they have said the same thing, which means that the inspiration that they were drawing was from the same fountain, and it was absorbed by them in their own way and expressed in their own way. So I think that is how I thought. Whenever I thought of this, some people tend to say that the Muslim mystics are inspired by the Greek mysticism or Chinese mysticism or Hindu mysticism or something else. But this is not right. This is not right. They may have similarities, but the similarities are there. They will have to be there because the transcendent metaphysical inspiration comes basically from the same fountain, but then it takes to different courses at different times in different shapes. So they may talk similar things, but they're not inspired. The many people have alleged that perhaps the Greek philosophy inspired the Muslim thinkers and philosophers might have been inspired, but the mystics, basically, they don't get inspired. They receive independent inspiration. But they may talk similarly in similar terms and similar methodology, but they're inspired independently. That has been my view about this identical inspiration.
Well, if you consider the mysticism or Sufism, as they call it,
yes, Sufism is a better
an
word.
approach to cognition, like philosophy, science, they have found itself, well, to my mind, there are different approaches to cognition. Now, the Sufis themselves believe that their approach to cognition is the best because it's through love and it's sort of direct. And the stages of Ainul Yaqeen and Haqqul Yaqeen. And these are different stages of
Ilmul Yaqeen and Ainul Yaqeen.
Ainul Yaqeen.
Starting from
You
Ilmul
are completely
Yaqeen.
right in interpreting the similarities between the saints of different languages and even different cultures, that they have been inspired from the same source. Ali, radiallahu ta'ala anhu, said the same attribute to him, that الطرق إلى الله بعدد أنفس الخلائق.
بعدد أنفس الخلائق.
So this could be interpreted the way I've viewed it, that every person could communicate with God and could
At certain stage, they pass through a similar experience, and people who have been bestowed with the faculty of speech or oratory or poetry, then they express it in those terms. But the experience has been of the similar nature. So they're not inspired by one another, but they of course derive strength. They learn from one another, no doubt about it. But and philosophically true, and theoretically so right. Even in the scholastic works, it might be true. But the divine inspiration which they are inspired with is of one and the same fountain. This is what I always thought of.
But at one period of time, between the 11th century, 15th century, almost throughout the world, this mystic approach to God, you find in India,
You find, yes, you're very right.
all these two,
You're very right, yes.
and almost the same type.
But
similar
this
type.
also goes to explain my point. You see, not that, yes.
The same things we may say about mythology.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Indian
That's the
mythology,
point.
Iran mythology,
Yes.
Greece mythology,
Yes.
and separate countries. But
You see, like Almighty has said, "Tilka al-ayyamu nudawiluha bayna an-nas." It is a continuous cycle of thought and action, you see, which keeps moving all the time. At one time, people believed, like present day technology, science, and whatnot. There was a time when people believed in another thing. For example, 1 or 2 centuries, people had developed the science of the alphabet, for example, ilm al-huruf. One at the same time in different countries. So that's very strange.
same.
Yeah, the same attitude.
But unfortunately, there is a school of thought in the world, particularly among the Western scholars, including our Dr. Fazlur Rahman, who was once director of the Islamic Research Institute, in his book on Islam. They say that the development of Sufism, particularly in Central Asia, was because that was the time when Genghis Khan came, uprooted many cities. It was a reaction to that, the sort of decadence that led to decadence.
So that you'll forgive me, Dr. Dani, saying Dr. Fazlur Rahman is a learned man and I am not. But forgive me saying that this interpretation of Dr. Fazlur Rahman is 100% ignorance, and a compounded ignorance, not knowing anything about what mysticism is and how it spreads and how it doesn't spread. And a man who has no knowledge of mysticism at all, his talking about mysticism and giving explanations is absolutely irrelevant and ridiculous. It's only a mystic who can tell you, or who has some mystic experience or mystic knowledge. He can tell you what it is, but nobody else has any access to that domain at all. One who hasn't seen it, who hasn't experienced it, who hasn't tasted it, how on earth come that he can explain the inner working and philosophy of a certain science? I've heard many people say this, but when I looked into their knowledge and what they said, That was absolutely irrelevant. They were talking nonsense. I mean, if they were presented with the domain of mystics, they will just spit at it, you see, discard it. This is absolutely irrelevant. And it is short-sighted, short-tempered, short-lived. You see, the world has many tiers of its being. For example, the human beings here, the animal life, and many other lives, and beyond this, which is invisible to us at the moment, but which is visible to other people, like the prophets and saints and sages and people following after them. And in that also, the layer after layer, there are different beings which are active and which have a bearing on the entire universe. And but one who doesn't have the knowledge of that, he will only talk of what he knows. So Dr. Fazl Rahman, to me, is just an ignorant European school of thought, purely materialistic school of thought.
Prophecy Islam is a book written by Dr. Fazl Rahman, which was highly criticized. He has discussed it in the light of that it is an internal experience, as Abu Jahl used to say, that the internal experience, poetic experience, prophecy. And he has asked me to really think about the topic.
You see, mysticism is a theory which cannot be and should not be proved by force of argument. It is proved only by force of experience. And one who gets the experience, you need not prove it to him.
Another misconception and misinterpretation is about the relationship between Amir Taimur
Between?
and Sayyid Ali Hamdani.
I see. I don't know about that.
Because we have got no evidence at all of any time Amir Taimur is giving any sort of trouble to Sayyid Ali Hamdani. No evidence. No solid evidence at all. Of course, he did defeat the king of Khatla. He did defeat
Taimur.
He did defeat the king, because that was a political struggle.
That was a political struggle,
It
yes.
was political, but nothing to do with any sufficient. He was a great lover and great devotee of all the Darveshas and saints.
Now, what is it that is being said about it? Did they say that he was externed by Taimur or forced to?
They say that because of Taimur that he had to leave Khatla.
No, nonsense. That is again being ignorant of mystic experience. The mystics don't live like this. Mystics live in accordance with a certain scientific system, of which they are part and parcel. So if they have to leave, they have to leave. If they have not to leave, they have not to leave, no matter what happens. They are not dictated by these dictates, you see.
क्या ख्याल है आपका?
बात ये है बाबर की वो दिल्ली में नक्शबंदी श्रीलंका को अच्छी तरह उनको मौका दिया कि और ऐसे भी है कि बाबर अपने बेटी का एक शहर का वो शादीशुदा की क्योंकि वो अच्छी तरह वो जानते थे और ये सूफीज्म के सब अहम तर ये नजरिया है
सही।
जफरनामा जो आप ताश करने छुपा उसमें कहीं कोई जिक्र नहीं,
हाँ उसी में कोई
जिक्र नहीं।
Burada bir bakışın çektiğimi ölçülerin fazlalığını bırakıyor. Din sufilerde pek eski ikmal ediyor.
तैमूर सब साइंसों का बहुत अच्छा वो काबल करते थे और सूफीज्म का भी बहुत शौक से वो काबल करते थे।
Mesela Hüseyin Baykar'a davırda Hoca Afram kaç derece erişti?
हुसैन बैफरा के दौर में ख्वाजा अहरर वाली किस ऊपर इसी वजह से
हमदारी है?
अच्छा, खूब।
आपने सुना कर? क्या मैं सुना नहीं पूरा।
बस ये रखा था आमिर हुसैन बैफरा का एक रिसाला है
مجالس الشرق بالتصويرات
مجال التصوير
اونجا درباره صنایع
عطار صناعی ये सब
محمد علي هست
मिडिल एज के
अतार और सनाई अगर होंगे तो हमदानी भी होंगे उसमें।
یعنی همونجا عطار صنایع غزالی نسیمی رو اونجا پوست بکنن تصویری و مسئول الان شما سریگار
जो अना الحق
نام کتاب بگویید.
نام کتاب مجالس الوشاق
مجالس الوشاق
مجالس الوشاق بالتصويرات
بالتصويرات
شهاب الدمامة
بالتصوير
بالسيد علي.
بالتصوير بس یک نقل هست که درباره اونی و
مثل چه؟
امیر تیمور است
مثل چه گفتید؟
نه مثل نقل بار این امیر تیمور بزرگ اکتر تو اونا شیلک اکتر کردی چیز حکمه بود امیر تیمور بود امیر همه بزرگان نقل نورده شیلک اکتر
کجا یافته شود؟
ये एक रिवायत
کجا
है
یافته شود کتاب این کتاب؟
کتاب در
دوشنبه؟
و من در من نقش بود من گفتم که در اینجا هست
उन्होंने एक
बिल्कुल।
कहावत है
شام برسانید.
एक रिवायत है कि उन्होंने तो कब बुलाया तो उन्होंने उनको सवाल दिया कि आप डरते नहीं हैं आमिर तैम का सब लोग डरते थे तो क्यों मैं डरूंगा वो आमिर तैमूर के पास में वो भी अच्छी तरह जानते हैं वो सूफी तालीमात की से है शायद मैं उनके पास डरने की कोई वजह नहीं है
در باورنامه هم درباره همه
बाबरनामा भी और सर
باور آمده زیارت کرده در کجا کرده و فلان سال فلان
अच्छा कमाल है।
बाबर होंगे
बाबरी वहाँ गए बाबरनामे में भी इसका जिक्र है।
تاریخ استاد و تاریخ مختصر هست در اون زمان در اون
I will request to send one photocopy.
Yes, if you can send us a photocopy of.
Thank you.
Should we wait for Mir Aziz and others? Should we wait for them? Let us join. ये शुरू करो शुरू करें। बड़ी बड़ी खराब हो सकती है।
तो अपने बैगन में पहले फिर बाद में ये है
गाड़ी आई है पता करें हमें भी। बड़ी बड़ी बात है। अर्लीस्ट फूड हाँ इससे पहले मैं नो
हमारे पास ये फोटो हो तो आज के खींचा हुआ असली नहीं एक उसका आरा के जमाने का राजस्थान अपने
दरअसल पहले हम आमिर तैमूर का ऐसे तस्वर करते रहे और जालिम बादशाह जुल्मकार है सच में तो ऐसे नहीं है। अभी हम उनका वो आमिर तैमूर का वो गीता हम पढ़ रहे हैं हमारे कौमी जबान में और दूसरे उनका तैमूर का तुजिक है
तो तैमूरी
वो सब अलग ये जमीन आसमान तक
मैंने इसलिए अपने ग्रैंडसन के नाम भी तैमूर
आ गए गुड हाँ लगाओ भाई जल्दी करो।
मैंने 88 में जो कॉन्फ्रेंस में मतलब बाद में जो पेपर पढ़ा फिर मैंने ये कि अमीर तैमूर जो ख्याल वो बना
Pero